All right, hey guys. Just figured I'd catch you up to speed what's kind of been going on with me for the last few months. As if I'm important at all or anything. So I've been going through a series of, I guess, refining tests for my faith and stuff like that. Just a lot of stuff started coming up to do with my character traits that weren't very good in me that God wanted to kind of just bring to the surface so we could work on it and get rid of it. A lot of it was crazy and it caught me off guard because it was like it seemed like attacks, like I would have all these thoughts and problems that I didn't want to have and all these doubts and anxieties and all this stuff, and it hit me out of nowhere, and I thought it was, like I said, attacks and stuff, but it wouldn't go away no matter how hard I prayed against it or anything. So it really caught me sideways. But then whenever I prayed and prayed and God showed me, it's about your faith, showed me that it was a purifying process, and thank God I've been able to come out of it. Thank God. But yeah, so it's been crazy. And anyways, last night, he showed me a dream of the church. We were all on a bus. And this is the second time I've had a bus dream, and the second time where I couldn't tell who was driving the bus. But we were all on a bus, and I was arguing on the phone with some atheists about Bible prophecy and stuff like that. And then they didn't want to hear it or whatever. So I got off the phone with them after I had this feeling of like, we don't need to argue with unbelievers anymore. And so I started talking to people on the bus, I guess who would be in the church. Let me rephrase. Not that we don't need to talk to unbelievers anymore, but that our focus, I think right now, or at least mine, for my what I'm doing, needs to be more on waking the church up, because the church is let me get to the dream. Anyway, so I started telling all the people on the bus about Bible prophecy, what's happening in Syria, all this stuff, and how it was written in the Bible, and there were some people on the bus that were like, you could tell it was stirring them up, and they're like, wow, yeah, like we didn't even know that. And then there was people that were like, yeah, we know Damascus, Isaiah 17, blah, blah, blah. So then the scene progressed a little bit, time went by, and I saw the bus again, and there was virtually nobody on the bus. The people that were mocking me, whatever, like I'd say it seemed like just 3 or 4 people were left on the bus. And there was a girl, she was asleep. A little girl was asleep on the bus in her seat. And I saw her, and I was thankful that I saw her, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, I can wake her up before we reach our destination. And I had the feeling, I was like, we're about to reach our destination right now, and I woke up. So what I get from it, it's pretty straightforward, is the church, a lot of the church is asleep on Bible prophecy and stuff like that. Atheists definitely are, because it takes faith to believe in that stuff, but the church really is what shook me. They're not looking at any of this stuff. They don't know any of this stuff's going on. They're just in their own little world, and we gotta wake them up. And a lot of people in the church are falling back into the world. And you can't serve 2 masters, so really need to work on getting closer to Jesus. And that's one of the things that was very pivotal in going through all those tests, is I finally was just like, all right, I can't do it. I just need you. I give up, and I just decided, I'm just going to try to stay as close to Jesus as I can. And it was crazy because the enemy tried to hijack platforms of communication that God and I would use a lot. Like, they would send me dreams, they would show me random numbers, send me scriptures that were all just like horrible and condemning, and just like I'd wake up in the middle of the night with song lyrics stuck in my head talking about just horrible things. And these are ways that God usually through the years has been able to teach me stuff, even conviction in my heart. Like I feel like they hijacked it and super heightened the feeling of it to where it was like unbearable condemnation at times, and I think the point of that was like a test to say, you need to trust more in the Word of God and in prayer than in any feelings, dreams, signs, numbers, whatever, because that can definitely lead you and definitely lead other people astray. So anyway, here's the confirmation on the dream. The dream, like I said, was about Bible prophecy and, the kind of end days, like we're at our mark kind of thing. So my mom calls me today. I'm working in a different state. She calls me and she says, I'm at a gas station, and some guy walks up to me, and I thought he was going to ask me for money, but he walks up to me and he hands me a book and says, "You'll know what to do with it," and walks away. So my mom is startled, and she calls me, and she's like, "What's going on?" Like, because the reason why is because the book is about Bible prophecy in America in the end times. Apparently, it was written in like the 1800s. So I tell her about this dream that I had that I just posted on Facebook, and she goes and checks it out and just flips out. And it's like the dream, this book, it literally confirms itself, you know. And what are the odds? Like, who walks up to a person with a random book and says, "You'll know what to do with it," and then walks away? And the book is exactly about the dream I had last night, which is exactly about the post I made on Facebook, and it just, yeah. So some crazy stuff's going on, guys. Definitely stay close to Jesus. Trust in the Bible more than your own feelings, more than your own thoughts. Don't believe every thought you have, because some of them aren't yours, you know. I mean, that's pretty much it. Something's crazy going on. And I'm going to attach in the comment section just this huge list of prophecy stuff. If you want to grab it, share it as much as you can, because I think this is on the Father's heart, that He wants to wake up more people in the church to what's going on in the Bible, and it's in the news. You know what I mean? And the church is kind of just sleeping on it. So I know you'd make Him very happy, and you make me very happy if you could grab that and share it as much as you can, wherever you can. Where I would say that aim more for believers with it, because, you know, if you're trying to use it not against, but to convert unbelievers, I'm not going to say it's not going to work, because that's honestly what worked for me. But you can get in this point where you're arguing until they're just like, they need every answer. And we all know, you know, there's a point where you have to reach where you say, you know, sometimes we don't have all the answers, and that's where faith steps in. But anyways, okay, you get the idea. God bless you guys. Love you guys. Hope y'all are doing good, and we'd love to hear back from you. All right.